Today we had a calf that was breech, which means that the calf, instead of coming out head first, was coming out tail first. And that's never happened to us before. So in the couple 3 years that we've been doing this, we have never had a breech calf where we had to intervene in the delivery. And today was the first day. And the vet wasn't close by.
And that's a tail. So calf is backwards.
Here is the story of how Wesley was born. But before we tell you about Wesley, make sure you like and subscribe below. I've talked about this in the past, but one of the reasons that we feed small bales to all of our cows is that I like to have the staff out with our animals every single day. And if we feed large round bales, that means that we don't necessarily have to go out there for a couple days at a time because there's plenty of hay for the cows to eat. So I don't like the idea of leaving the cows out in the pasture for 3 or 4 days without anybody checking on them. So we feed small bales, which forces us to go out and make sure we're checking on the cows. Now, our pregnant cows we check on multiple times a day anyway, but when we went out to feed in the morning, Matt, one of our farm hands, texted me and he said, "Hey, something's going on with Stacy. She's not coming over to eat. She's off by herself in the corner, and she is not interested in food whatsoever." So immediately, that is an indicator that we have a cow that is about to calve. And Stacy is literally days away from being due. So I went out to check on Stacy when I got back because I had taken the boys to school that morning. This morning, Matt texted me and said, Stacy's not coming over for food. She's by herself. And I came back and went out to look at her, and sure enough, her water had broke.
Did your water break? Yeah. Okay, what do you think? You getting ready?
So we could tell it was a dry day and there was a wet patch right on the ground where she was, and she was licking it. So that automatically signals that this cow is now in labor. So the amniotic fluid has now drained out of the sac where the calf lives during the pregnancy, right? So just like humans, when that water breaks, there's only so much time we have to be able to deliver that calf, or for mom to be able to deliver that calf. You can see on the ground there, that's not rain. That is the amniotic fluid from her sac. What we are looking for is her to deliver in the next hour here or so. If she does not deliver in the next hour or so, then that's when we would start getting a little concerned. So it's about 11 o'clock in the morning when we notice that her water has broke. And then it starts to rain, of course. So because cows never give birth when it's sunny and 70 out, she's out in the rain. She is obviously trying to deliver the calf without success. So we're going on about an hour. So my thought immediately is that I'm bothering her by being out there. So I decide that I'm gonna leave her alone and come back and check on her. Okay, so it's raining, and I'm out here because Stacy is going to have her calf any minute. She's back there in the corner. I was a little closer, but I felt like I was bothering her, so I kind of backed up here. So I leave her for about a half hour. I go back to check, and in the meantime, I call the vet, and I've said, "Hey, you know what? We have a cow that's out in the pasture. Her water broke. It's been about an hour and a half, and no calf. And on top of that, no progress." So usually, like, you'll start to see hooves, or you'll start to see a nose or something that is coming out of mom. and there's nothing. So the vet immediately says, hey, we should get her into the chute and we should take a look at what's going on. But I'm an hour away from you, so you're probably going to have to end up doing this on your own. We're going on 2 hours after Stacy's water broke, so I feel like that's too long. I'm getting a little nervous that we're gonna have an issue and there's some sort of problem. So heading back out to check on her again. We've been checking on her regularly. I ran back to the house to change because I was soaking wet, and now it stopped raining, which is nice, but she still has not delivered her calf. So the vet is on her way, but we need to get her over to the chute so that we can help if we need to. I highly rely on our vet for our veterinarian care, okay? So while I don't mind the idea of doing these things on my own, my philosophy here at the farm has always been, let's let experts do what they do best, and let's focus on what we do best, which is feeding and maintenance and socializing and so we highly rely on our veterinarian, okay? So it's not from lack of want, it's just our vet is usually so close by, and whenever we have an issue, we call them. So she said, get her into the chute. You're gonna have to reach in and determine the position of the calf.
So Stacy's calf has not been delivered yet, and it's been a couple hours. So we are going to check and see what's going on, because the vet will not be here for about another 20 minutes or so, and I don't think we have the ability to wait that long. So we're gonna take a look here. Steph's getting some warm water, and we're gonna see what position the calf's in inside of her. The legs. And that's a tail. So calf is backwards.
That means that the calf is breech, which means that the calf, instead of facing head first coming out, it is now tail first coming out. I can't pull the calf out by the tail. I have to pull it out by the legs. So that means the legs have to come out first. So the vet is trying to describe to me exactly how I am going to maneuver the legs so that I can get the legs to come out one at a time. So I have to get my hand underneath the hoof, right? I have to curl the hoof back, and then I have to curl the leg back, get the leg out, and then do the other one. So now I have two hooves that are facing out of the cow, which is what obviously we need to do to be able to pull the calf out. I would describe pulling the calf out is trying to climb up a greased flagpole, okay? So every time we tried to pull on the calf, our hands would slip off, and the calf is so small and so slimy that it's hard to get a grip. So at one point, I decide that the best thing for us to do is to use my sweatshirt, because I have to like grip this calf somehow. So we kind of wrap my sweatshirt around his legs. When you're in the moment, you figure out what you need to do to get it done. I have Matt and Mike pulling on the calf's legs. 2, 3, pull! The calf will not come out. So basically what happens is the muscles have to release so that that opening widens so that the calf can come out. Well, that's not like a really fast process, okay? So when we're gently trying to pull this calf out, the muscles contract and the calf goes back in. So this is kind of a constant like back and forth motion where we're pulling the calf out, the muscles release, and then the muscles tighten again and they're going back in. So Matt and Mike end up holding the calf, trying to pull the calf out, and gently I am trying to massage those muscles around the calf's hips so that the calf can slide through that birth canal. And eventually, after a lot of pulling and a lot of massaging, the calf comes out of mom.
Go, go, go,
butt
go,
is
go,
out,
go,
butt
go,
is
go,
out.
go, 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 go. Keep going.
Butt is out. There it is. There it is.
My immediate thought is that when mom's legs kind of give out, the calf is delivered, mom's exhausted, we should just let her out. So we let mom out. Mom goes and walks around. Mom's fine. She's doing great. And so Stacy is out walking around the pasture, and now we have this calf that usually would immediately be cleaned off and licked and rubbed by mom. Stacy wants nothing to do with Wesley.
Up like this.
Rub his ribs.
Tuck
Matt,
these
paper
under.
towels.
Here,
Matt,
I got
go
a
get
whole roll
actual
in my
towels
hand.
from the pole barn.
All right. You got this, buddy. You all right? I can take over.
Okay, so Stacy's calf was backwards. We got him. Hold on, him or her? Little boy, bull calf. So he was backwards. We had to pull him out. He is doing okay, but we got to get mom over here with him because she kind of split as soon as he came out. So obviously she's a little stressed. Got to get him a little cleaned off, and then we'll get him back to mom, and hopefully she will not abandon him because we messed with him. So let's see how this goes.
Hi, baby boy. Look at how cute this is.
So we have done so much intervening at this point that Stacy's so thrown off that I think in her head she's thinking, first, I don't want to have anything to do with any of these people. Second, there's no way that thing is mine. And third, all I want to do is eat because I haven't eaten all day because I've been focused on delivering this calf. So she's out. We have an area right outside of our chute that is fenced in case like we need to get a cow back through the chute if it gets out. So she's out there eating grass. So we put the calf out and we get the calf kind of dried off, but we can't clean the calf too much because if we clean all of the fluid off of the calf, then there's a possibility that mom is not going to realize that that calf is hers. So like we can't give the calf a bath because then mom won't be able to smell that the calf is her calf. So we put the calf out there, the calf's in the middle of the field, mom's walking around, we're all standing there watching, and Stacy wants nothing to do with this calf. All Stacy wants to do is get back with the herd. So she wants to go back to her friends in her herd where she's comfortable. And we want her to lick the calf off, clean the calf, and start nursing because the calf has to nurse in the first 4 hours to get enough colostrum to build up its immune system. Okay, before I go on, did you subscribe yet? Make sure you're liking and subscribing below. So at this point is when the vet arrives. So the vet wanted to make sure that there was no tearing in the uterus, there was no injuries, that there was not another calf, the second calf, because we didn't check to see if there was a second calf. My concern was, getting Stacy up and moving and getting the calf that we just delivered, cleaned off a little bit and make sure he is alive. Of course, I didn't think about, hey, possibly there's a second calf. So we got Stacy back into the chute. We checked for a second calf.
No second calf, Stace.
Nope, I didn't feel any.
She's like, get your hand out of my...
No second calf. We checked for any tearing in the uterus and the canal. Everything looked fine. So now we put her back out with Wesley again. So now she's been in the chute twice. She's stressed out. We're stressed out. Everybody's exhausted. She still wants nothing to do with Wesley.
That's yours, Stace. That one's yours.
So we all leave. We're like, okay, we're gonna leave her alone. Where one of us will kind of sit in the side by side off to the side and keep an eye on her. So we give her about an hour, hour and a half, and nothing. Our only option at this point is either to bottle feed him colostrum, which we could do, or to get Stacy back into the chute for a third time now and try and get him to nurse on Mom, which, as much as I didn't want to stress Mom out anymore, that was really the best option for him, was teaching him how to nurse on Mom from the beginning.
So Stace is ignoring her little guy a little bit, so we're gonna try and get him to nurse here. She's in the chute, and we got her plenty of hay. She's happy. You can do this. You got it. Look at, yep, there's the nozzle. There's the nozzle, you got it. You got it. Good job, little guy. Nice work. There's 4 spigots down here. You just choose whichever one you want. So Stacy was kind of ignoring her little boy, but we got her back in the chute and now he is nursing. So hoping that this kind of kicks in the maternal instinct. So little guy's got his first colostrum, which is the most important thing. And now he should be chasing Mom down to get dinner. So hopefully Mom won't have a choice now other than to pay attention to him.
So he's nursing. Mom's super, like, she's still not super thrilled with the fact that she has this little boy following her around. However, I think reality has now sunk in that she is a mom again. Finally, Stacy has relaxed. Like, she has laid down next to him. She's starting to clean him off. She stands up and he's nursing on her, and it's like the sky opens up and the rainbows and the sun comes out and like, ah! Everything happens so quickly that you kind of sit back and you go like, the only reason this calf is here and alive is because all of us worked together and intervened. Nature really throws some wrenches at these animals, and if we weren't there to help intervene, like, we could have lost the calf and we could have lost Stacy potentially. So it was a really good day today. So here's Wesley now. So after all of that ordeal, he is so cute. Look at him. So this is Wesley. And Wesley, well, he put us through a lot the last couple days. But I think he turned out pretty great, don't you guys? If you want to hear some more cool stories just like this about the animals on our farm and our little baby cows, make sure you subscribe below. Thanks for watching.